Let's begin with a visual. Siddhi, could you play that video, please? We all saw this spine-chilling video just last month. It's a blatant display of hatred. And many in Assam and across India, they're saying that this is the result of a narrative that has been created, and the objective of this narrative is to project the Muslims are at the root of all evils in Assam. And they also say that the patron-in-chief of this narrative is Dr. Himanta Biswa Sarma. And it's very surprising because this man receives affection the way film star receives. People love to touch him. I have seen that personally. They want to hug him. And some even try to kiss him in Assam, in public. So considering that, it's very interesting that this man now has been accused as the patron-in-chief of a hate narrative. How do you react to that, Dr. Sharma?
Kaushik, in Assam, there is no hate narrative. This boy was arrested, case has been lodged against him, and he is inside jail. So the action of a single individual does not represent the collective wish or collective wisdom of 3 crore people. So this is an aberration, and we have already arrested this boy.
This is an aberration, okay. But you have made statements like this, that you do not want Mia votes. And you have gone on record, because this is a case of illegal encroachment, as you say. But at the same time, you also say that encroachment happens in Assam because the immigrant Muslims are producing in large numbers. They are responsible for population growth. Means you are trying to project that they are at the root of every evil in Assam.
Kaushik, not me. Many of Assamese people thinks the way what you have said. And this thinking process was started before independence. Lokpriya Gopinath Bordoloi Bharat Ratna, right from his days, this thinking process is on in the discourse of Assam politics, Assam social history, and unfortunately, many people in Assam believe that the immigrant Muslims are the root cause for why we have lost our identity, we have lost our land, we have lost our culture. This is what we have not developed post-2014. That this belief is there right from the days of pre-independence struggle, and this belief is continuing, and I hope that somebody will try, right, basically from the immigrant Muslim people, they will come forward and they will say, look, Assamese people, this is not our design, this is not what we want to do, we are with you. So we are looking for that, right from the time of Maulana Bhasani of Muslim League, Syed Sadullah, the first premier of Assam, they have openly proclaimed that this is our design. So many leaders of erstwhile Muslim League, many leaders of the then so-called Pakistan, of that, because after that Bangladesh has been created, many leaders has openly proclaimed that this is our design with Assam. So now this narrative has not been created by me. But unfortunately, I am carrying that burden of history with me.
What some leaders may have said, you cannot take it out on normal people, common citizens. You are making every Muslim accountable for what someone had said. And let me finish this question. You said that those evicted from Dholpur, this recent incident where it happened, that their names are not in NRC. At the same time, your government is questioning the NRC, saying that there are anomalies. Now, if you are questioning that NRC, and again you are using that same document to claim that these people do not belong to Assam, are you not trying to play politics?
No, first of all, we do not want to go to the debate of NRC. But as a Chief Minister of Assam, I want to say that most of the people are having doubtful citizenship. But we have not evicted them because their citizenship is in doubtful. We have evicted them because this is a land of 77,000 acres. And 1,000 family cannot occupy that 77,000 acres of land. There has to be economic distribution of land. And our land policy says that nobody can occupy land more than 2 acres. So if you go by a simple multiplication theory, 1,000 family, 2 acres, it is 2,000 acres. But what about the rest 75,000 acres? So we have to give lands to the many people who doesn't have land. We have to do government projects. So we have to evict people if they encroach land in VGR, PGR, if they encroach land in our forestry. So eviction is a continuous process. But this has come into the national focus because there was an incident of firing, or police people has also got injured in the process. But otherwise, this kind of eviction goes on in Assam every day, almost, not only against the people who have doubtful citizenship, even our local Assamese people are also being evicted continuously whenever they try to occupy government land. There is no community-wise politics, no communalization on this. Only thing that when our local Assamese people are evicted, our tribal people are evicted, the left liberal do not cry for them. But when these people are evicted, they cry for them. That is the only difference.
But you mentioned citizenship, and citizenship is a game of convenience for BJP because you use NRC to identify illegal immigrants so that you can send them out. Then again, you bring in CAA, Citizenship Amendment Act, so that you can protect the Hindu illegal immigrants. Now you want to say that the people of Assam, those who speak Assamese, they have a threat from Bangla-speaking Muslims, but they do not have any problem from Bangla-speaking Hindus. That means religion is a bigger threat than the language. Is not that a political game?
Kaushik, I do not have to protect Hindu in India. This is Hindu civilization. So who am I to protect them? This is their own land. This is their own culture. This is their own civilization. I don't have to protect Hindu. Hindu has a natural rights over India. But that's apart. The question is that NRC was monitored by Supreme Court of India. That was a project taken up by the Chief Justice of Honorable Supreme Court of India. And whatever has happened in the process of NRC, that will be deliberated again in the judiciary, in the Supreme Court of India. And for NRC, you cannot blame government of Assam. Or you cannot praise government of Assam. This is absolutely monitored by Supreme Court of India. And yes, as you rightly said, I am not very satisfied with the outcome. And we have gone back to Supreme Court saying that please allow us to have a re-verification.
Yet you use NRC whenever you need to.
No, of course, we don't have to use anything. We are strong, we are solid, and we don't have to use anything.
No, you have, but again, after you took charge...
Not me, our party, we, not me.
Only you made that statement that around 5,000 people, names are not there in the NRC.
No, these are facts. When you present a situation, you have to narrate 1, 2, 3, 4. So out of whole facts, this is also one of the facts that most of the people who were evicted from that land have not been, could not enlist their name in the final NRC. This is part of the factual data.
I try to believe that you are not against Muslim. But explain me this. After you took charge, the biggest legislation that you did was Cattle Preservation Act.
But how that has to affect anything with Muslims?
Let me explain. In that, there is a provision where it says that you cannot consume beef or sell beef within the radius of 5 kilometers of a temple. Now, in India, tell me where you would not find a temple in every 5 kilometers. Every state will have that. This is not this a very mischievous way of banning beef?
Kaushik, simple thing you tell me. all our Muslim people has been converted mostly from Hinduism. Their forefather did not consume beef. So if I remind somebody that, look, your forefather did not consume beef, today at least you restrict consumption of beef. What is wrong in that?
There are scripts where
Their
it says that
grandfather
Hindus
did not used to have beef. Their great grandfather did not used to have beef. If I remind them of their family tradition, that look, your great grandfather did not used to have beef. Your grandfather did not used to have beef. So you have beef, but do not do it right at the close, in the very proximity of a temple or namghar.
Mr.
What
Chief
is wrong in
Minister,
that?
Mr. Chief Minister, your job is not to remind what their forefathers ate, but to protect their right to eat whatever they want to eat. That's your constitutional job.
That is the whole problem with the people in this country, some people in the country. They feel very unhappy when, or they're very angry when I remind them something about your own civilization. And only you talk about rights. Rights derive from the civilizational value. You cannot look at all these things independently. So in Assam, Muslim people are very happy that yes, now we do not consume beef within the 5 kilometers of radius. There will be no communal tension, there will be communal harmony. This was an instrument for government to bring communal harmony in order. And everybody is happy. Have you seen any statement from Assam against the beef, or against the new rule of beef eating? Mostly statements are issuing by left liberal, not by any Muslim student organization, cultural organization in Assam. They are okay.
Whether someone is left liberal or right winger, your job is to protect everyone's views.
No. How can I protect them? The left liberal protect us. Wherefrom we have the right to protect them. They protect us. We cannot protect them. They are freelancer.
Now let's go to that border conflict. Union Home Minister Amit Shah, he holds a meeting in Shillong with all the chief ministers of Northeast. And the very next day, we see a border clash at Assam and Mizoram border where 6 Assam policemen, they died. And very interesting that Assam government, Union government and Mizoram government, all 3 governments are run by NDA allies, BJP and MNF. And then there is a organization called NEDA. You are the convener, and Mizoram CM Zoramthanga is also a participant in that organization. And what we see is that after that, there is no communication between the chief ministers. They go on a Twitter spat. And you are seen as the great BJP unifier of Northeast.